There we go. Hey everyone, just G here. We're gonna do a quick little video about 7 Days to Die. And well, as you know, we've been pretty much hooked on this one since it came out. Was re-released for the Series X. So yeah, fun. This is kind of the main menu. The options, the game options. Just quickly hit join game for a second. This is where later we're hoping that down here at the bottom we'll have a connect button. And I'll get to that in a sec. So if we go to new game, and let's just call it something new. We have our game world, and we currently have the game map. We're just playing the default one. Later on, we're supposed to get random maps, which would be better. Under chuck persistence, anyways, all that. This is where kind of the point is, right here under when you do turn on your online game. On the Xbox, you can only go to 4. So, that stinks. Hopefully we're getting crossplay later, and with crossplay we can make a dedicated server. That's where that connect button should come into play back in join game, and then hopefully we can increase this to something useful. The rest of it, difficulty, is how many hit points the zombies seem to have, how many shots and stuff it takes to bring them down. That's kind of neat. Whether or not you want ults, you can add, double experience point weekends and stuff. Basic, this is just configuration of the game, when the blood moons happen and how they work, how the zombies work, how the airdrops work. Under advanced, we usually crank up the blood moon zombies a little bit. They're scarier. Smash through your stuff quite a bit. Very nice. How you play or kill, it's got a neat feature where you can ally up with other players, but they're not necessarily in your group. They're just your allies. So your immediate group would be more of your party, which is, who's walking around with you right at that very minute. Versus your allies, who are just people who you're pretty sure aren't going to kill you. Well, with this setting on, they can't kill you. The only other thing I change here is the party share kill range. It's kind of a neat one. When you're when you're partied up with players, when they do something like kill a zombie, they get experience points for it. You get a little bit of shared experience, which is kind of nice. So I have that set to like really high. Anyway, it's kind of the quick overview of what you're allowed to do. Let's fire a game up. While that's loading, because it does take a second to load. Do something else here while that's doing that. Alright. Anyway, we're hoping to set that to pretty challenging. Doesn't need to be foolish, but we can put it to half challenge so that it's pretty hard, but not overly hard. It's a little bit different from other zombie survival games. It seems to have a lot more game features that make it fun to play. Not that the other ones that don't have the features aren't fun. Just having a game that does have these things, like where you can see where your backpack corpse is and spawn near it. You can see where your party members are. There's indicators, compasses, things like that. A big map. Very nice. Ugh. The initial load of the game world does this. Takes forever. Once it's saved, then every time you load it, it doesn't take this long. It takes long, but not this long. So that's another kind of bugger right now is that you need to have a host. So the host player needs to be on and playing if you want to play the game world that you joined into. So, boo. With the dedicated server, what we're hoping to do is leave it on 24/7, which means that we currently have this game set to 1 hour equal. Oh, here we go. 1 hour equals a game day. So we'd have to change that around so that people can play at various times of the day and not end up at a blood moon unexpectedly. Right, so this is the game world you would see. It's a first-person shooter. You do have a stamina bar, so when you run, you use that up. You aim, you use that up. Punching, you use that up. The general gist here is to grab loot from things. Alright, so then you would run around, use your menus to make things, and by building things you can build various items, and I just happen to know there's a building right over here. So generally what we did was, in the opening days, we found a place to hunker down. Like that, for example. We had to go through the opening tutorials of making bows and arrows and so forth, so we had at least stuff on us. And then we would go in, clear that building out, make sure it's thing, and then start using build items to seal it all up and protect it. And build items are, you would get a axe by collecting stone, and then you would chop down this tree, get some wood. The wood would then, you turn the wood into blocks in the menus. Building block, for example. You need 2 wood to do that. And then you would craft it, and then those would appear here. You would then move those down to your tool belt, and then they go into your items, and now you can click your bumper buttons to use the items that are in your tool belt. And then that's how you would, place it. So you would use your alternate trigger button, and then a sphere would appear. Actually, I should just, anyways, don't want to get into that too much. That's the general gist of it. And then every 7th game day, so at the top you can see it's day 1 at almost 8 o'clock in the morning. Very nice, looks very morning-y. I'm in a nice biome right now. Lots of trees. Lots of stuff. Not very many zombies. That's just also because of day 1. So to explain that a little bit, I'm level 1 and the game stage is level 1. So game stage changes as you go through and progress and do things and advance your character and advance the time and day, I think. So as those things happen, your game stage can go up, and as the game stage goes up, that dictates how hard the game is, how many zombies are coming. And music's changed. Something might not like me right now. Hop on a car, see what's up. Alright, anyways, the other part that we were pretty impressed by after, all the building and stuff takes a very long time, and advancing your character through the various skills, which you generally get by reading books. So, for example, if you want to get a handgun, You need to get handgun magazines, find them throughout the world. And as you read them, you'll find you can make better and better guns. So this would, to make the pistol, I would need to get 10 more of those books. And then I could get, you can also find all this stuff laying around, but just as the build goes, that's how you do it. The other feature that we thought was pretty neat was, for example, right now this is streaming on Twitch. So what I can do is go to a Twitch thing, log in. I don't know if you can see that menu or not. Connecting. All right. Yay. All right, so that turns on Twitch integration. So this is a really kind of a neat feature. So if you can't play and I'm Twitch streaming, you can still interact with the players. There we go. Yay. So